علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ.
اللهم بلغنا رمضان اللهم بلغنا رمضان اللهم بلغنا رمضان ووفقنا فيه للصيام والقيام وجعلنا فيه من عتقائك من النار برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
May Allah reach us Ramadan, inshallah, and make us worship Allah nicely. Okay, so we'll start from where we left. Last time we did till ayah 185, Suratul Baqarah. So today we'll start from ayah number ayah number 186, Suratul Baqarah. So let's start. Alhamdulillahi nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Ameen ya rabbal alameen. Okay, Suratul Baqarah, ayah number 186. First, we'll do word-to-word translation. Wa and Iza Sa'alaka, he asked, questioned you, Ibadi, my servants, Ibad, servants, worshippers, Ibadi, my. When Ya is there, means Wa. Whenever Ya comes in the end, it means my. So, my servants, my worshippers, Anni, about me, for inni, for then, inni, indeed I, qaribun, am near, close, ujibu, positively respond, answer, dawata, call, adai, of the caller, one who calls, iza, whenever, da'ani, he called me, falyastajibu, for so, aliyastajibu, positively respond, I, answer, I, li, for me, li is for, ya is me, li for me, wa and wal yu'minu, they should believe, be in with me. Ba is for with and ya is for me, be in with me. La'allahum, la, Allah, that, whom, they, so that they, yarshudun, they obtain, they receive, they are right, they right guidance. Okay, running translation. When my servants question you about me, tell them that I am very close to them. I answer the prayer of every supplicant when he calls me. Therefore, they should respond to me and put their trust in me so that they may be rightly guided. So now here we see, Waiza Sa'alaka Ibadi. It is Allah is addressing Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that when my servants question you about me, Waiza Sa'alaka Ibadi Anni, then what to do? For inni qarib, tell them that I am near, I am close to them. Okay. Then what Allah says, Ujibu dawata da'i, I answer the prayer, the supplication, the dua of every supplicant, iza dani, when he calls me. So Allah is near from our jugular veins. He's very near. We should not, we should directly, there should be a direct dialing. We should call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. And then what will happen? When they call me, I respond to them. Then what they should do in return, the servants, فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي, therefore they should respond to me by believing in Allah, having trust in Allah, وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ, and put their trust in me. What they should do? Therefore they should respond to me, فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي, and then وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي, and put their trust in me, and لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ, so they may be rightly guided. Okay, let's see the tafsir. Allah hears the servant's supplication, servant's dua, whenever they make dua. So Imam Ahmad reported that Abu Musa Ashari, radiallahu anhu, he's the companion of Prophet Sallallahu, he's narrating that we were in the company of Allah's messenger during a battle. A battle was going on, and they were in the company, they were with Prophet Sallallahu. Whenever we climbed a high place, went up a hill, or went down a valley, we used to say, Allah is the most great, Allahu Akbar, raising our voices. So they used to do? They were loud. They were loud. They were telling loudly, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah is the most great, while in a battle. So what happened? Uh, Allah, Prophet Sallallahu said, the Prophet came by us and said, "O people, be merciful to yourself." Means that don't raise your voices, don't be loud, don't say loudly Allahu Akbar, for you are not calling a deaf or an absent one. Allah, you are not calling a deaf, meaning Allah is not a deaf or Allah is not absent, but one who is all hearer, all seer. Allah is what? All hearer, all seer. He sees us, he hears us, whether we, speak loudly or slowly. The one whom you call is closer to one of you than the neck of his animal. So he's closer to us, like our jugular vein. Okay. So, O Abdullah bin Qais, Abu Musa's name. What was the name of Abu Musa? Abu Musa Ashari, his name was Abdullah bin Qais. Should I teach you a statement that is treasure of paradise? So now Prophet I'm telling him that I'll teach you a dua, a statement, which is a treasure of paradise. What is that? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There is no power or strength except from Allah. So always, this is the remembrance of Allah, this is the zikr of Allah, and this is the treasure of paradise. So always say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, that there is no power or strength except from Allah, that we do good deeds. We are gathered here also. This is the power and strength from Allah. This is not we. This is what? The power and strength from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has given us the power to do all the good deeds, to do the whole day routine work. Okay. We are not capable to do anything. Allah is capable to do anything. Okay. And then these are the names of all the narrators. Then furthermore, Imam Ahmad recorded that Anas radiallahu anhu said, that Prophet Sallallahu said, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ ibadi anni فَإِنِّي قَرِيب, and when my servants ask you, O Muhammad, concerning me, then answer them, I am indeed near to them by my knowledge. So how Allah is near to us? By His knowledge. And you must have heard people saying Allah is everywhere. So Allah is not everywhere in our room or in, not everywhere. Allah is everywhere by His knowledge. Allah is on the seventh heaven, on His throne, but by His knowledge, He is everywhere. And by His knowledge, what is said here, that when my servant asks you, Muhammad Sallallahu concerning me, then answer them, I am indeed near to them by my knowledge. So Allah is near to us by His knowledge. Okay, He is knowledgeable. Okay, He is Alim. Allah is Alim. Okay. Ujibu da'wat da'i iza da'an. I respond to the invocations of the supplication, the du'as, the prayers, when he calls on me, without any mediator or intercessor. So there should be a direct dialing. Okay, there is no one in between Allah and us. Okay, He's so near to us. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. So what we have to do? So let them obey me. So we have to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي, and believe in Him, have tawakkal in Him, have trust in Him, that only Allah can cure me from disease, only Allah can give me risk, sustenance, provisions. If I am in some difficulty, only Allah can solve the difficulty. There is no mediator, no intercessor. I've got direct dialing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then what will happen? So let them obey me and believe me. If we obey Allah, if we believe in Allah, have trust in Allah, then la'allahum yarshudun, so that they may be led aright. So we will be led aright. We'll be on the straight path into Suratul Mustaqim, inshallah. So Allah, I'm not reading the Arabic, this thing, hadith and everything to save time. You can take the screenshot. Allah the Exalted said, I am as my servant thinks of me. I am with him whenever he invokes me. Allah accepts the invocations. So now it's another narration from Abu Sa'id radiallahu anhu. He says that Prophet ﷺ said, no Muslim supplicates to Allah with a dua does not involve sin or cutting his relations of the womb. A servant he's not hasn't done sin. A servant who supplicates Allah, make duas, and he hasn't done sin, or he hasn't cut the kin relationship, because Allah, give importance on joining the ties, kin relationship ties, joining ties with kin relations, with the relatives, with parents, with siblings, with everybody. So the one who has not cut the kin relationships of the womb and who is not a sinner, but Allah will grant him one of the three things. When he make duas, what will happen? Allah grant him one of the three things. He will either hasten the response to his supplication. You have made dua. Immediately, Allah may accept your dua. Okay? It can be accepted. The other thing, what happens if it is not accepted? Save it for him until the hereafter. Then what happened? If your dua, your supplication, your prayers are not accepted, then what will happen? That Allah will save it for the hereafter. You will get the reward there in the hereafter. And what third thing will happen? Or would turn an equivalent amount of evil away from him. If some evil is going to befall you, some calamity, some hardship is going to come you, that will be away from you. Okay? So dua is accepted in three ways. So never say, oh, my duas are not accepted, I make a lot of duas. No, never say that, because it is given to you, it is granted to you, it is granted to us in three ways. Allah will hasten it. Allah will hasten to response to your supplication. That will be fulfilled. You will get what you are asking. If you are not getting, then it will be saved for the hereafter. And then number third, if some calamity is going to fall on you, so that will be away. Equivalent to that calamity, that will be away. Okay. So they said, what if we were to recite more dua? He said, there is more with Allah. Allah has got the treasures. Allah has more and more. Allah has got more with Allah. So keep on. Don't say, I'll ask one dua first, then I'll ask another dua first, then the third. No. Ask whatever you want. Invoke, supplicate, make duas. Okay? Allah has got the treasures of the heavens and the earth. Okay? So Abdullah, the son of Imam Ahmad, recorded that Ubadah bin As-Samit saying that Prophet ﷺ said, now he's the narrator. What he says, Prophet ﷺ said, there is no Muslim man on the face of the earth who supplicates to Allah, but Allah would either grant it to him or avert a harm from him of equal proportions, as long as his supplications does not involve sin or cutting the relations of the womb. So two things are important, that you should not, because the Qate Rahm, the one who cuts relationships, the womb relationships, the kin relationships, he is not going to enter into Jannah. The Qate Rahm won't enter Jannah. So the one who has not cut kin relationships, and the one who has not involved sin, and the one who has not involved sin, then Allah will accept his supplications, his duas. Okay, so these two things are very, very important. One shouldn't be Qate Rahm. Rahm means the womb. The womb relations are your siblings, all the brothers and sisters. And the time comes, the family, extends. When all the brothers and sisters get married, 2 or 4 or 5, so they have got 2 houses, 2 families, 3 families, 5, it depends, right? So don't cut the kin relations. Otherwise, duas never accepts. Okay. Imam Malik recorded that Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu, Abu Huraira is also the companion of Prophet ﷺ. He narrates that the Prophet ﷺ said, one supplication will be accepted as long as he does become get hasty and say, so don't be hasty and say, I have supplicated, but it has not been accepted from me. Never say that, oh, I always supplicate, my duas are not going to be accepted, this, that, no, Allah doesn't listen to me. No, never say that. Because what you read in the previous hadith, that it is granted in 3 ways, right? I'll ask you what are the 3 ways. We have done it, okay? So there's a hadith in Sahih Muslim that the supplication of the servant will be accepted as long as he does not supplicate for what includes sin or cutting the relations of the womb, and as long as he does not become hasty. He was asked, O Messenger of Allah, how does one become hasty? He said, he says, I supplicated and I supplicated, I supplicated and I supplicated, but I do not see that my supplication is being accepted from me. He thus loses interest and abandons supplicating to Allah. So what we learn here, that supplication will be accepted as long as we haven't done any sin. He's not a sinner, or we haven't, cut the kinship, the warm relationships, our relations with our siblings, our, the relatives. And as long as we don't say, we are not haste, we should not be, we should not be haste, that immediately I made the dua, I made the supplication, and it should be accepted there and there. No, it shouldn't be. So 3 things: one should not do sin, one should not cut kin relationships, and one should not be hasty. We should wait. We should not be hasty that here I made dua and after a few seconds or few minutes my dua should be accepted. I did dua in Zohar and in Asr my dua should be accepted. No, don't be hasty. Okay, so it will be accepted. So uh, he was asked, Messenger, there was a question from Messenger of Sallallahu, how does one become hasty? Hasty being means, you saying, oh, I've supplicated a lot, I make a lot of dua day and night. After 5 prayers, I make supplication, I make dua every time, I day, morning, evening, night, I make dua, and my supplication is not, my duas are not accepted. Then what happens? You lose interest and you abandon supplicate, then you stop supplicating. So don't do this. By this, these things make you what? That you lose interest. So don't lose interest, don't stop supplicating, don't abandon that. Okay, always ask, because you're getting it, you're granted in 3 ways anyways. And there's a riwayah, which I remember now, that on the day of resurrection, the duas, the supplications which we made are not accepted. We'll see the piles and piles, heaps and heaps of there. The reward will be there, and we will be wanting those reward at that day, because it will be intensive heat. The sun will be, on our heads, so we will be needing that. So never, say that I always supplicate, I always make dua, my duas are not accepted. Never say that. Don't say that. Don't be hasty. Okay. 3 persons whose supplication will not be rejected. So it's a narration from Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu. He narrated that Prophet said, 3 persons will not have their supplication, their duas rejected. The just ruler, the fasting person until breaks the fast. So Ramadan is near. Always make dua for your siblings, for your well-being, for your welfare, for your hidayah, for Ummatul Muslimah, for your siblings, for your relatives, for all the Muslimat, for all the Mu'min Mu'minat, okay, for the Ummah. So when you are fasting, until you break the fast, your duas, your supplications are accepted. So make dua. Ramadan is very near, it's approaching, inshallah. And the just ruler, the head of the state, or he's ruling any place. Ruler can be of the country, of the city, of the, the head of the school, head of the organization, of the madrasa. If he's just with the people, with the subordinates, his duas are also accepted. So always, everybody is a lawyer at his or her home. Mother is also a lawyer, you know. Mother is also a ruler at that home. If you are elder, if you've got smaller brothers and younger brothers and sister, you are also the head. You teach them, you help them, you guide them. So wherever you are, you have to be just. Okay, you do justice. Okay, if you have got 2-3 siblings or 2-3 children, there shouldn't be favoritism. If they are bring good marks in their studies, if they are brilliant, if they are intelligent, no. And the other one, your other child or your other sibling is not intelligent, not bringing good marks, or lacking in some things. So there shouldn't be any favoritism. you should be just, do justice with everybody, right? Okay, whether with your siblings, whether with your children, whether you're working somewhere, whether you're the head of some place, okay, you're in charge of some place, you are the principal or the head, you have to be justice, so that your dua will be accepted. And the supplication of the oppressed person, those who are oppressed, the zulm is being done, wrong is being done with them, so they are oppressed, right? Because they are, wrong is being done on them, zulm is being done on them, their rights are not giving, so their supplication is also accepted. So never be, do oppression, never be harsh or rude, or do oppression with somebody, always be just. For Allah raises it above the clouds on the day of resurrection, and the doors of heaven will be opened for it. So what happens? These three people, the just ruler, the fasting person, and the oppressed person, if they make dua, okay, if they are hurt, if they make dua, so what happened? Allah raises it above the clouds. That dua goes up and up above the clouds on the day of resurrection, and the doors of the heaven will be opened for it, for that dua. Okay, so that dua, their dua is accepted. So be just ruler, be just with everybody. And when Ramadan is coming, um, till you are breaking, till you haven't break the fast, your dua will be accepted. So make lots and of dua, and don't be, the supplication of the oppressed person is also accepted. So we shouldn't do oppression on anybody. Okay, by my grace I will certainly grant it for you, even if after a while, even after a while the dua is made. If it is after a while, if even it is after a while, Allah will grant that dua, that supplication is accepted. So now ayah number 187, first word to word translation. Uhilla, it was made lawful, it was made permissible, lakum, for you all, la, for kum, you all, laylatan, in night, asyami, of the fasting, ar-rafasu, the sexual inclination, intimacy, illa, to nisaikum, nisa, your, nisa, women, kum, your, nisaikum, your women, hunna, they women, libasun, our garment, our dress, our clothing, lakum, for you all, la, for kum, you all, were, and antum, you all, libasun, are a garment, are a dress, are a clothing, lahunna, la, for hunna, them. If it would have been male, so then it would, what will, the word would have been lahum, okay, lahum. And for female is lahunna. Alima, he knew, Allahu, Allah, annakum, anna, indeed, kum, you all, annakum, indeed, you all, kuntum, you all were, takhtanuna, you all deceive, are dishonest, betray, anfusakum, yourselves. Anfus is the plural of nafsun, so anfus, selves, kum, your, anfusakum, yourselves, fataba, for, so taba, he turned in mercy, he relented, alaykum, Allah, upon, kum, you all, were, and afa, he pardoned, ankum, an, from, kum, you all, ankum, from you all, fal ana, for, so al ana, now, bashiruhunna, you all may have sexual relations with them, with your wife, were, and abtahu, you all seek, ma, whatever, kataba, he wrote, he ordained, Allahu, Allah, lakum, for you all, la, for kum, you all, were, and kulu, you all eat. Wow, alif show us that is a plural, so you all eat. Washrabu, were, and ashrabu, you all drink. Wow, alif in the end shows us it's plural, you all. Hatta, until, yatabayyana, it becomes clear, it explicit, lakum, for you all, for, la, for, kum, you all, al khaytu, the thread, al abyadu, al, the abyadu, white, al-abyadu, the white, min, from, al-khayti, al, the, khayti, thread, al-aswadi, al, the, aswadi, black, al-aswadi, the black, min, from, of, al-fajri, the dawn, summa, then, after a while, atimmu, you all complete, as-siyama, the fasting, ila, to, al-layla, the night, wa, and, la, do not, tubashiruhunna, to, you all, bashiru, have sexual relations, hunna, with them, wa, while, antum, you all, akifuna, are ones who do etkaf, retreat in seclusion, fi, in, al masajidi, al, the, masajidi, mosque, masajid is the plural of masjid, places of sajda, tilka, that, hududu, is, are limits, boundaries, Allah, of Allah, fala, fa, so, la, do not, fala, so do not, taqrabuha, the, you all, aqrabu, go near, approach, her, it, kazalik, taqrabuha, you all go near, approach it, her, kazalika, thus, likewise, yubayyinu, he explains, explicitly make clear, Allahu, Allah, ayatihi, ayat, ayat, signs, verses, he, his, ayati, ayat are is the plural of ayatun, linnasi, li, for, annasi, the people, the mankind, linnasi, for the people, mankind, la'allahum, la'alla, so that, whom, they, whom is the pronoun, la'allahum, so that they, yattaqun, they safeguard selves, adopt taqwa, Allah, consciousness. So, running translation, it is made lawful for you to have sexual relations with your wives on the night of a siyam, fasting. They are libas, that is body cover or screen for you, and you are libas for them. Allah knows that you used to deceive yourselves. So He turned to you, accepted your repentance, and forgave you. So now have sexual relations with them and seek that which Allah has ordained for you, offsprings, and eat and drink until the white thread, light of dawn, appears to you, distinct from the black thread, darkness of light, darkness of night. Then complete your fast till the nightfall, and do not have sexual relations with them, your wives, while you are in etkaf in masjids. These are the limits, hududullah, set by Allah, so approach them not. Thus Allah make clear His ayat to mankind that they may acquire taqwa. They may acquire taqwa. Suhoor is recommended. Okay, Allah allowed eating and drinking until dawn. It represents proof that suhoor is encouraged, since it is a rukhsa, concession or allowance, and Allah likes that the rukhsa is accepted and implemented. The authentic sunnah indicates that eating the suhoor is encouraged. It is reported in the two sahihs that Anas radiallahu anhu narrated that Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Tasaharu fainna fi suhuri barakah, eat the suhoor, for there is blessing in suhoor. So always have your pre-dawn meal, because if you have it, don't forget to take the dates, because dates are very energetic, and whatever you want, you eat that. Because if you don't, you must have seen people, they don't do suhoor, they don't take pre-dawn meal for fasting, and they're so lazy the whole day. So it keeps you energetic also. So, and there's a barakah also. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what Prophet says, that eat the suhoor, for there is a blessing in suhoor. And what happens, there's another riwayah, while you are eating the suhoor, pre-dawn meal for the fasting, what happens, the angels make dua for you, and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala falls on you. We eat, we enjoy, we eat and drink, and what happens, it has so much barakah that angels make dua for us, those who do suhoor, those who eat pre-dawn meals. We are eating and drinking and enjoying the all the taste, and subhanallah, subhanallah, angels make dua for us, and Allah's mercy fall on us. And that is the time for tahajjud. The prayers, the supplications, the duas are also accepted. So make the pray tahajjud, even though it is two rakah. Okay, make more. I know you will make more. I'm just telling you like that. If you are got up late and there's not much time, then at least offer two rakah. Okay, in Ramadan it will be a practice, and you will be, when you pray the whole 30 days or 29 days, then you will be habitual, or performing tahajjud. you know so at that time, duas are supplications are accepted. Okay, the distinction between our fast and the fast of the people of the book is the meal of suhoor. So this is the difference. How it is a distinction? Because they don't may do suhoor, people of the book, and we do suhoor, the pre-dawn meal. So there's another narration that Abu Sa'id narrated that Prophet ﷺ said, "Suhoor is a blessed meal, hence do not abandon it, even if one just takes a sip of water. Indeed, Allah and His angels send salah, blessings upon those who eat suhoor." See, there's another riwayah also. What happens? Don't abandon it. Who says? Prophet ﷺ telling us, don't abandon, you must have suhoor, because it is a blessed meal. It is a blessed meal. So it is a blessed meal. So we shouldn't abandon it, because what happens? And and Prophet ﷺ says, just take a sip of water. If you are not, if you don't feel like eating, because after the iftar, you go to the mosque for tarawih, or you pray at home during this pandemic, and you have eaten such a lot iftari, the futur, so you think you are full, and few days are, to settle, to come on this routine is very difficult. You feel, that you have eaten a lot in your futur, in your iftari, when you're breaking your fast, so you don't feel like, right? So just take a sip of water. Who's telling? Prophet ﷺ. Because this is a blessed meal. Okay, at that time. So, and what happens? The other reward is that the angel sends salah on you, the blessings on you, and who sends? Allah, and the Allah also send blessings, and the angels also send blessings upon those who eat. So these are very um, these ayahs are, it's, I feel that these are for me and you, because Ramadan is approaching, so we are getting a lesson what to do. Okay, we'll do das on Ramadan also, inshallah. So there are several other hadiths way that encourage taking suhoor, pre-dawn meal, if it is only consists of a sip of water. So if you don't feel like eating, just take a sip of water, because this is the blessed meal. Okay, the blessings fall on you. So it is preferred that the suhoor be delayed until the time of dawn. It is recorded in the two sahihs, in the two hadith book, from Anas bin Malik narrated that Zaid bin Thabit said, "We had suhoor with Allah's messenger and then went on to pray." Anas radiallahu anhu asked, "How much time was there between the adhan, call to prayer, and the suhoor?" He said, "The time that 50 ayat takes to recite." So what should be the time between when should you finish your suhoor, your pre-dawn meal, and between the fajr, it should be that one can recite 50 ayahs. This is the time between the adhan of the fajr and the suhoor. You know that you should leave eating. You should imagine that in between this time, leave eating. You can recite 50 ayahs till the azan is said. So this is the time between the adhan of fajr and the suhoor, the pre-dawn meal. Okay. So Imam Ahmad recorded that Allah's Messenger said, and our 50 ayahs very fast, very fast. No tajweedu, no fatah dhamma kasra, may Allah forgive us. Not all. I'm not talking about of all. Some people, they don't know the tajweed and all. May Allah help them, and may Allah give them the knowledge of tajweed, inshallah. To all of us also, we first for a lesson for us. Okay. Then Abu Dhar narrated that Prophet ﷺ said, "My ummah will always retain goodness as long as they hasten in breaking the fast and delay the suhoor." So delay the suhoor, okay? What is the difference? The time difference, that you should imagine that 50 ayahs, stop suhoor and the time there should be the time left that you should recite. You are able to recite 50 ayahs till the azan is said. Okay, so there will be a goodness. You will receive the khair. Okay, till you hasten in breaking the fast and you delaying the suhoor. Okay, when you delay the suhoor before the azan is says 15, you calculate that I can say 15, decide 15 hours. What will happen? You won't feel much hungry. At 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, people after Taraweeh or Qiyamul Lail, they take the pre-dawn meal and they go to sleep. And sometimes in some of the days are longer. Then what happened? You feel hungry. You're not able to do anything. You feel hungry. And you say, okay, oh, I'm feeling the fast today. Oh, are you feeling the fast today? I'm also feeling it. No, so it shouldn't be like that. So everything has got some reason behind in Quran and Sunnah. So what is the reason? It's a goodness. You will get khair also. And if we think, it is my thinking that if you delay the suhoor till the prescribed time, under the prescribed time, okay, don't delay. It doesn't mean eating till the azan is the Muazzin is calling the azan, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, and you said, oh, it is in the hadith delay and you eating. No, it's not that. You have to finish before that, okay? Then the time is said in the hadith, 50 ayahs between this thing. So there are several hadiths that say the Prophet ﷺ said the suhoor is the blessed meal, okay? So don't miss it, please, because it is a blessed meal. Allah is sending blessings on you, angels are sending blessings on you, and the meal itself is a blessed. To get that blessing, Prophet said, even take one sip of water, okay? So try to fill your stomach so you are energetic, okay? And not junk food. Don't eat junk food, the food which is energetic, so that you can pray nicely, you can do the zikr nicely. Hunger is not bothering you. Oh, I'm hungry, oh, I'm hungry, oh, I'm thirsty. No, eat drink a full glass of water also before azan. So there are narrations from several of the salaf that they allowed the suhoor to be eaten later until close to fajr. It should be close to fajr, for fajr azan. This is reported from Abu Bakr, Umar. All these are the narrators. So many narrators. See, took about Siam, fasting, and all praise is due to Allah. So many narrators, narrating, so many chains of narrators, mashallah, subhanallah. So lot of work has been done on hadith, so for us, okay. So now it's about Bilal radiallahu anhu. He was the muazzin. Used to give azan, mashallah, subhanallah. And he used to give azan before fajr, like for the tahajjud azan. So it is said the adhan pronounced by Bilal should not stop you from taking suhoor. What used to happen? Bilal radiallahu anhu used to give the adhan of the tahajjud or before the fajr, and people used to stop taking the pre-dawn meal. No, now we know what is the time of pre-dawn meal, right? For he pronounces the adhan at night. Hence eat and drink until you hear the adhan by Ibn Maktoum, for he does not call the adhan until dawn. Bilal radiallahu anhu used to pronounce the adhan at night, okay? Not Isha, after Isha, in between the night, maybe for Tahajjud or what. But Ibn Maktoum was also a Muaddin, and he was a blind man. And can anybody tell me which surah was revealed for Ibn Maktoum? Which surah was it?
Surah Naba,
Yeah, Abasa wa Tawalla. Yeah. Can you tell me the background in short of this Abasa wa Tawalla? The Shane Nuzul?
Prophet Muhammad was talking, some
Yes.
leader of Quraysh, and Maktoum, he was a Prophet Stazil, and he was blind. Prophet Muhammad to lose the attention of the Quraysh leader, so he was just frown, but Allah revealed a surah on behalf that it's not your behalf. Whoever comes by willingly should encourage them, and those people who have an interest in body.
Yes.
It was revealed for surah Maktoum. He was a blind man, but Allah give him respect, reveal the surah.
Yeah, because he had the iman. Those who have got the iman and those who are sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, So the respect and given to them, because he had a strong faith. So yeah, jazakallah khair, sister Tamina. So what is the shan and nuzul of this? It's just not our, it's reminding me. So I asked Tamina. So she's correct. Actually, what happened? She's correct. She told the whole thing, correct, 100% correct. So I will tell you again what happened. That Ibn Maktoum, Ibn Maktoum embraced Islam. He accepted Islam and he came to Prophet Sallallahu, and he was blind. He did when he was blind. When one is blind, one can't see, so he didn't notice that Prophet Sallallahu was sitting with the rulers of the Quraysh, the head of the Quraysh and Sardar of the Quraysh, and everybody knows that Prophet Sallallahu wanted that everybody should accept Islam. So he didn't realize because he was a blind. So what happened? He came in between, and Prophet ﷺ just frowned. Prophet ﷺ just frowned that they have come to me and they are not believing these rulers, so I should propagate Islam to them. So he just frowned. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't like, so he revealed this surah, Abasa wa tawal, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Abasa wa tawalla an ja'ul ama. The interpretation of the meaning that which Sister Tamina told us, that you should pay attention to people like Maktoum, although his name is not there, but Prophet Sallam told us, and all the commentators of the Quran, the Mufassirin told us that this was the cause, of revealing this surah Abasa wa Tawalla, that you should pay attention to those who willingly come to you, like Ibn Maktoum, who are very sincere and their belief is strong. And because those rulers were not accepting, everybody knows, and they were his own relatives, or his own uncle, right? So that's why this surah was revealed. Although Prophet ﷺ was being a human, he was right. Then Umm Maktoum is already a Muslim, and but when they are gathered, these Sardar, these leaders of these heads, these chiefs of Quraysh, so I should propagate them. Although they were not going to believe, but at least Prophet ﷺ always tried. His efforts were that everybody should Islam. So this was revealed. Okay. Anyways, he was blind. He was not able to see what was happening. Okay. So this is the wording collected in Bukhari, that the messenger said, dawn is not the ascending glow of white light of the horizon. Rather, it is the red radiant light. So we have to see the radiant light. Anyway, we have got the mobiles, and here the weather is so much snow and rain, and also in this weather we may not, yeah, if it is a sunny day we'll be able to see the radiant light. Okay, so try to see the window, from the window also, or anywhere you have a courtyard or something, you see from where you can see. And anyways, we have got the mobiles and these clocks and the all the apps we have in the mobiles which tell us the time, and we have got the calendar from our masjid or from a mosque also, we know. Okay, eat and drink and do not be rushed by the ascending white light. Eat and drink until the redness of the dawn appears. So this is said by Prophet ﷺ. So do not stop by Bilal's adhan or the ascending whiteness until it spreads. Muslim also reported this hadith, that this ayah orders breaking the fast at sunset. Summa atimu siyama ila layli, then complete your fast till the nightfall. This ayah orders breaking the fast at sunset. It is recorded in the two Sahihs that Umar bin Khattab said that Allah's Messenger said, if the night comes from the direction the east and day departs from that direction, that west, then the fasting person breaks his fast. So these are all the signs. Okay, it is reported that the Sahal bin Saad as-Saidi narrated that Prophet said, La yazalun nasa bi khairim ma ajjalul fitr. The people will retain goodness as long as they hasten in breaking fast. And there is another narration from Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu. Prophet said, it is the same. Okay, I said this. There is another narration. Allah the Exalted said, the dearest among my servants to me are those who hasten in breaking the fast the most. This is from Tirmidhi. Okay. Now there's I 188. We'll do only the word to word translation, and we'll try to do the tafsir also. We've got 15 minutes. Let's see how much we cover. and la, do not, takulu, ta is you all, takulu, you all devour, you all eat, amwalakum, your wealth. Amwal is the plural of malun, okay, mean alif lam malun. So amwalakum, amwal, wealth, kum, your, amwalakum, your wealth, bainakum, baina, between, kum, you all, bainakum, between you all, bil batili, be with, al batil, the batil, the falsehood, and the unjust ways, okay, were and tudlu, for you all, tudlu, uh, pull, offer, present, biha, be with, ha, it, biha, with it, ila, to, al hukami, those who judge, have authority, litakulu, so that takulu, you all eat, devour, fariqan, apart, portion, party, min, from, amwalin, wealth, property. So I told you amwalin is the plural of which word? Can anybody tell me? Amwalin is the plural of which word?
Malun.
Malun, yes.
Malun.
Yes, correct. Jazakallah khair. An-nasi, of the people, the mankind, bil ithmi, be with al ithmi, the sin, were while. So here it is not, the meaning is not and, here the were means while, were, while, antum, you all, ta'lamun, you all know. So running translation we will do. Okay. Allah makes his revelations clear to mankind so that they may guard themselves against evil. Do not the judges in order to misappropriate a part of other people's property sinfully and knowingly. So let's see. Bribery is prohibited and is a sin. Ali bin Abu Talib reported that Ibn Abbas said, radiallahu anhu, this ayah, Suratul Baqarah 188, what translation we did, is about the indebted person when there is no evidence of the loan, so he denies taking the loan, and the case goes to the authorities, even though he knows that it is not his money and that is a sinner consuming what is not allowed for him. This opinion was also reported from so many narrators, so many companion of the Prophet ﷺ. They also stated, do not dispute when you know that they are being unjust. So let's see the tafsir. The ayah, and eat up not one another's property unjustly in any illegal way. Example, stealing, robbing, deceiving. So don't eat anybody's property because it will be unjust if you take it illegally. If it is stolen, if it is robbed, if you deceive someone and take somebody's wealth, somebody's property, nor give bribery to the rulers, judges, before presenting your cases, that you may knowingly eat up a part of the property of others sinfully. What is bribery? What I've seen in back to our countries, that if somebody has got some authority, right? And if you go to proper channel, it takes time. This form, this, filling that, going to this officer, going to that office, this office, the people, what they do to avoid all these, fatigue, they go to the person, they know if he or she is their relative or friend, or I'll pay you so much, so say 1,000 rupees, or whatever the currency of the country is, 1,000 rupees or $100 or $1,000 or a pound or shilling, whatever the currency is, and you do this job. I am sitting at home, send me this document. That is bribery, so it shouldn't be that. It's a sin. Okay. The judge's ruling does not allow the prohibited or prohibit the lawful. It is reported in the two Sahihs that Salama narrated. Who is Salama? Can anybody tell me? Salama, the wife of Prophet Sallam.
Prophet's wife?
Yeah, first before he was married to Abu Salama, and then he died. And Prophet Sallam sent her the proposal, and she got married to Prophet Sallam. Subhanallah. And she thought, oh, no husband can be better than Abu Salama. And she thought that, and then she made that dua. And once Abu Salama came to her and said, I heard this dua from Prophet Rajiun, the full dua, and those who recite this dua will get
Dua is inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. Allah ma'ajirni fi musibat.
واخلف لي خير واخلف لي خيرا منها. Yeah, Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Same. So the meaning is that
Khairu minha, right?
and we will belong to Allah. Everything is for Allah. I will die and will go to Allah, and Allah give me better than this, right? What you have taken from me. So she recited that. Oh, so Abu Salma taught her that I learned her first husband, that I learned this dua from Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So she memorized that dua, and then she said. Once she said to herself, nobody can be, better husband than Abu Salama. And then when Abu Salama died, she recited that dua, and she said, nobody can be better husband for me than Abu Salama. Then the blessing of this dua was that after his idda period, 4 months and 10 days, pass away, Prophet Sallallahu sent the proposal to her. And of course, Prophet Sallallahu no can be best husband than Prophet Sallallahu at that time, right? I am an only human. You people present your cases to me. Now this is what Prophet Sallallahu telling about the being a just ruling, to be just. So Prophet Sallallahu said, I am only human. Though he was a prophet, he said, I am only human. You people present your cases to me. The cases used to come to Prophet Sallallahu, property cases, robbery cases, anything. And as some of you may be eloquent in persuasive in presenting his argument, some people are very eloquent. Their language is such a nice, even though they are deceiving, they are liar. People come into their speech is so persuasive, and they present in such a manner that people think he or she is correct. He is true, and the other one is wrong. It happens. Some people are so eloquent. So this eloquency, this persuasive speech, may Allah guide us to use in the right path. May Allah, if we are best bestowed with such of the thing, if you are blessed. So what Prophet said, you people present your cases to me, and as some of you may be more eloquent and persuasive in presenting his argument, so what happened? I might issue a judgment in his benefit. Then what will happen? You are wrong. You are a liar, but you are eloquent. Okay. So if I give, I might issue a judgment in your benefit. So if I give a Muslim right to another, so what happened? He or she is eloquent, and now the decision is in his or her favor. So if I give a Muslim's right, so the other Muslim's right, the one who is true, his right is given to the eloquent person. Then what will happen? I am really giving him a piece of fire. So what the judge has given to the wrong person, the piece of fire. So he should not take it. So be scared of taking the piece of fire. Don't take it. Be true. Get the punishment in this world. I was wrong. I was a thief. I was a robber. I take his property. And sometimes in our back to our countries, I've seen when I was constructing my house, I came to know, what happened, that some people, you have a land. See, just try to understand what I'm telling you. The other land is just land. There is no boundary, nothing, disconnected. When it is a plot, then you go to the official, then they make a marking that this is your neighbor's land, this is your land. And that there also people give bribery, some thousands, to that person, that who has got the authority, and say we give some little portion of the neighbor to me. So this is also a sin. And the punishment is that Professor Sam said, those who take somebody's land, then the seventh earth, how many Allah created earth? 7 heavens and 7 earth. The the weight of 7 earth will be in or his, on him, upon him. This is the punishment. So we should avoid that. So he should not take it. Okay. So this is the hadith. The ayah and the hadith prove that the judgment of the authorities in any case does not change the reality of the truth. Hence, the ruling does not allow what is in fact prohibited, or prohibit what is in fact allowed. It is only applicable in that case. If the ruling agree with the truth, then there is no harm in this case. Otherwise, the judge will acquire his reward, while the cheater will acquire the evil burden. Now, judge does not know. Judge will get the reward, right? Because he came under his, arguments. They were eloquent and persuasive, and so he didn't know. He came in under his argument. So the judge, because he is true, he'll get the reward. But the cheater who has said all wrong due to his eloquency, what will happen? The cheater will acquire the evil burden. He will be punished. This is why Allah said what Allah says, and eat up not one another's property unjustly, nor give bribery to the rulers, judges before presenting your cases, that you may knowingly eat up a part of the property of others sinfully, meaning while you know the falsehood of what you claim. Qatada said, O son of Adam, know that judges' ruling does not allow you that what is prohibited or prohibit you. Witness, the judge is only human. Okay, where was I? O son of Adam knows that the judge's ruling does not allow you what is prohibited or prohibit you from what is allowed. The judge only rules according to his best judgment. Okay, because he's just, he'll rule according to his best judgment and according to the testimony of the witnesses, because the testimony is also there. You can, witnesses are also there, they also give the testimony. The judge is only human and is bound to make mistakes. Know that if the judge erroneously rules in someone's favor, then that person will still encounter the dispute when the disputing parties meet Allah on the day of resurrection. On the day of resurrection, nothing will be hidden. And before the day of resurrection, Allah knows. Allah knows what we are doing, what we are trying to hide from. We are trying to hide from the people, those who are the sinners, those who want to deceive, those who want the benefits of this life, some property or something, or some money, or some, documents to do through bribery. What will happen? They will get here benefit. This worldly benefit is very limited. A day will come, everybody will die, right? This life is very small. And in this world also, Allah knows. You can deceive, we can deceive the fellow human beings, but we cannot deceive Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows. Then the unjust person will be judged swiftly and precisely with that which will surpass whatever he acquired by the erroneous judgment he received in the life of this world. So we have completed, mashallah, alhamdulillah. And next time we'll do 189. This is about crescent moon. Okay. They ask you, Muhammad, about the crescent, inshallah. Next week, see you. And I'm very sorry about the timings. The timings are 3:30, I told you. So inshallah, next week, okay. Subhanakallahumma. So, okay, we'll make dua. Allahumma inni as'aluka, because we read these sorts of ayah. So we should ask Allah's fadl and His mercy. Allahumma inna, I'll say inna be a plural. Allahumma inna as'aluka min fadlika wa rahmatika fa innahu la yamlikuha illa anta. O Allah, indeed we ask you from your bounty and your mercy, as no one possesses them except you. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. And duas for the parents. My parents are died. Even for the dead parents, you can, this is the ayah, Allah, and the duaya ayah, which Allah taught us in Suratul Isra, ayah 24, for the parents. Rabbir Hamuma Kama Rabbayani Sagira, my Lord, have mercy upon them as they brought me up when I was small. Okay. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Jazakallahu khairan kasira. Barakallah fi ilmik wa amalik wa rizqukum wa awqatukum wa ahlakum wa malukum. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Okay, your reflections, I would love to take your reflection. For you, for 2 weeks, it will be 3:30, inshallah. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.